Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video on my channel, Meg's Movies. If you are new to this channel, this is basically where I talk to you guys about my passion for movies. This goes from collections, hauls, reviews, and to today's video, so let's get into it. This is late coming, I do apologise, but here it is, finally, my animation versus live action for Snow White. Now, with this one, I am going to have to do things different because I actually have done reviews for both films on the channel. So, if you want to see my full thoughts on both of them, go and check them out. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to talk about both movies at once, say my comparisons, and then I'll get to my choice. Because normally what I'd do is, because I am reviewing the classic movies on my channel, you're also getting reviews for those. So usually I'll do talking about the animation briefly, and then I'll go into talking about the remake because I haven't done a review for the remake on my channel before. However, this time around I've done reviews for both, so I'm going to do things slightly different. This will be the same for Lilo and Stitch because obviously I'll be reviewing Lilo and Stitch, the animated film, before the remake, and then doing a review for the remake because it's coming out this year. So that's the only slight difference. But if you are new to this series, I also get you guys involved with it as well. So I put a poll up. This poll's been up for pretty much about 2 weeks now. And you guys went for the animated film. Yes, you guys went for the animated film. Although some people did vote for the remake, which I was quite shocked by. Because obviously we all know the controversies, the issues that everyone had with Snow White before it came out. So I was quite surprised to see a few people had voted for that. So yeah, it's a little bit of a shocker. But yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, like I said, I'm going to talk about both movies at the same time instead of doing separate sections. So editing this is going to be completely different to what I'm used to. So yeah, so let's get into it. So I'm going to start with the history of these films for me. Snow White, I didn't really grow up with. So because I was born in the 90s, I actually was more the more modern stuff. I was more the 2010s, Disney. A couple of the classics I had watched, but Snow White was one of those I hadn't watched. I think I may have watched it once as a child, I think. It might have been a brief, maybe it was on VHS kind of thing. But I didn't really watch it again till adulthood. So I haven't really watched this as many times as I would have done Lilo and Stitch or Treasure Planet or the more modern stuff. So rewatching the animated film now, I feel like it's slowly growing on me. It's not my favourite Disney princess film. To be honest, I'm actually not really sure what my favourite one would be. I am going to be watching them all, so you will see. It's nice. For a first animated film, it was beautifully done. It's lovely. The colours are lovely. I do like the characters. I think the story is fun as well. But for me, I struggled to get into the more older stuff. But then, yet again, like I said, I did not watch them growing up so much. So it's sort of one of those that I feel like the classics are slowly growing on me. But when I do think of Disney and what I want to watch, I don't think Snow White. I think Big Hero 6. I think, like I said, Lilo and Stitch, Treasure Planet, Bolt, Princess and the Frog, Beauty and the Beast. So I think of more of those. I like the fact that we got a couple of little songs in Snow White. So it weren't a flat out musical like some of the more modern stuff. I think the Evil Queen is fun. I feel like she's creepy, but I don't know if I'd put her in my like top 10 villains. I think I'd probably put her in my top 20. But I don't think top 10. I feel like maybe she'd maybe like be in the 15th spot. She'd be somewhere in that middle. Snow White, I think she's an adorable character. And yeah, I think the animated film is adorable, but it's just not my go-to. And for me, watching both these films, both the animated and the live action one, I struggled with both because I'm very 50-50 on both. So trying to think of which one I would prefer, it is a bit of a struggle. And I do think sometimes, would I prefer to watch this one over this one? Would I prefer to watch the animated film? So it's tough for me when both the films are very 50-50. You know, I'm sort of, like, one moment I could enjoy the animated film, then I could enjoy the remake. But speaking of the remake, so with this, the remake, I can get people's point of view from the controversies of why they didn't like it. But that's the same with any remake. No matter what you do, there will always be issues. People won't like certain things. It's because they die hard. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I probably will be critical when it comes to the Lilo and Stitch remake. Just because that is something that I love and enjoy and I don't want to be ruined. But watching the trailer for it, I actually don't feel so worried about it now. But when it comes to the Snow White one, I did go into it with an open mind. I tried not to think about all the issues people were having with it and things like that. And you know what? I actually kind of enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite live action film, I will admit. But I do feel like it was better than some of the ones we have gotten. The new songs in this, there are a couple I liked and there was some that I didn't. I mean, the ones that I really enjoyed, All Is Fair, the Gal Gadot Evil Queen song, and Waiting on a Wish. I actually kind of enjoyed that one quite a bit. They did do a couple of the original songs, however, they did change the lyrics up a bit, which, to be honest, is kind of nice. This is what I mean by, I've said this multiple times in videos before, and I will probably keep saying this, I like it when a remake does something a little bit different, and it doesn't copy and paste. I will say, with this one, it does it somewhat changes it a bit, and you see certain hints of the original film in it, but not much. With the remake as well, like I said, there is a couple of songs I didn't really like. I mean, Princess Problems, did not enjoy that one. I will be honest, that one just sort of flew by me. There's a couple of other songs I can't really remember, but the ones, like I said, that stuck out to me is All Is Fair and Waiting on a Wish. There are other Disney live action songs that are new that are better than those. Speechless is one of them. Evermore is one of them. But I like it when they add new stuff to it. I feel like they maybe added too many songs to this. I feel like if you had about maybe five songs, 6 songs, it wouldn't feel too overwhelming. But it was pretty much, you had a long run of speech, then you had a song, then you had a long run of speech, then you had a song, then you had a long run of speech, then you had a song. Which is alright, but when not all of your songs are that great, it does take you out a bit. And with me throughout this film, I was flip-flopping. So there were certain points I liked it, and then there was a point that happened that made me not like it, and then it just sort of, it flip-flopped is the best way to put it. It flip-flopped for me when it come to that. Would I watch it again? Yes, because I did say in my review that I feel like it's one of those films that I gave it a middle score, but I also need to watch it again because I've come out with it with mixed feelings. And just, I don't know, I think this might be one of my tougher original versus remake videos, because with both these films, it's tough. Because it's not like I really enjoyed one and then didn't like the other or anything like that. I have mixed feelings on both films, so it is kind of tough. So when I try and think which one would I rewatch, it is really tough. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, I'm trying to think of which one I would actually go for, because I would rewatch the animated film just because it is a classic. It's one that like I said, is growing on me, kind of like the Jungle Book has. The animated Jungle Book film has grown on me, and I did say that in my original versus remake video, I believe. And kind of like with Snow White, I feel like that's growing on me. But then I also feel like the remake could grow on me as well. I will say this as well. When I went to go and see Snow White, I had work the next day. All I had was Whistle While You Work stuck in my head the entire time. So for 8 hours, all I kept doing and humming was... I know it's completely off topic, but I had to get that out there. But yeah, so... I actually really am struggling. Give me a minute. Okay, so what I ended up doing is I ended up watching both trailers back to back just to see which one I felt like I'd want to watch more. And I think for as of right now, until I have watched the remake once again, I feel like I am going to have to go with the animated film on this one. As much as I'm not a massive fan of the animated film, like I still really enjoy it. Like I said, it has grown on me. I think I am going to have to go with that one. Just until I watch the remake once again, just to see if my feelings will change and go from there. So as of right now, until I do another animated versus live action again at some point of these films probably, then I'm going to go with the animated 1937 film. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's really late coming. I was originally going to post 2 original versus remakes this week, but that kind of went out the window. My other one was going to actually be April Fool's Day in honour of April Fool's Day. But we'll have to wait until next year for that one, I think. Unless I feel like watching the remake at some point this year, then maybe I will. But to be honest, I might leave it till next year now. But the next set of remakes will all be Disney ones because I am trying to get it so that I am prepped and ready for Lilo and Stitch. So I believe the next one, unless I'm completely wrong, because I am doing these animated versus live action films in release order, I believe the next one is The Sorcerer's Apprentice. Now, I know this is not a flat-out remake of Fantasia, but it is a Disney live-action remake of a segment from Fantasia. And plus, Fantasia, I actually hadn't watched the original yet, so expecting a review for that one. So, yeah. If that is that one, you'll see a poll. If not, I do apologise if I've got it wrong. But yeah, so I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on Snow White. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Why do you prefer the original? Why do you prefer the remake? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time.